Hey, welcome to a fresh new episode of the TD News Show, and this is going to be a very much different episode than what you have seen from this channel because in this video, we're going to cover everything we know so far about RTX 4000 series. Although the new card is going to get announced, or the whole series is going to get announced in a few hours, or you might already have know everything about RTX 4000 series depending on when you're seeing this video. And most probably there is already going to be a video on my channel where I talked about everything after Nvidia released the 4000 series. So subscribe to my channel or click on the channel icon button, whatever it is, and then watch my latest video. But now let's talk about the RTX 4000 series. So Nvidia is planning to launch a 3 RTX 4000 series card, at least when they're gonna announce those cards or unveil those cards at GTC. Now, those 3 cards are going to be RTX 4090, RTX 4080 16GB model, and a RTX 4080 12GB model, or RTX 4070 4070 Ti, depending on the last minute naming change what Nvidia goes with. Now, let's talk about the RTX 4090 first. Now, the RTX 4090 gonna have 24GB of GDDR6X memory. It's gonna have 1638 CUDA cores, and all things gonna run by the AD102-300 GPU, and it's gonna be clocked at 2520 megahertz. But the most interesting thing about this 4090 GPU is its TDP. Well, according to all the rumors that we have gotten so far, the TGP of this GPU gonna be 450 watts, and it is configurable up to 660 watt, and that's a bonkers, to be honest. I remember when I first got into the PC industry, or I took my interest into PCs at that point of time. A 450 or a 600 TDP was supposed to be a whole system's power draw, like a flagship bleeding edge system where you can play all the latest and greatest game at 60 120 fps. That was supposed to take 600 watts out of the wall, but now this only GPU is able to draw out 600 watts, and this has been the industry trend for quite a while, that rather than making our hardware or products much more efficient, then they are trying to achieve, to show everybody that what they're capable of if we feed them enough power. And that's not bad, but at what cost? Like, already we are buying all these expensive GPUs, and on top of that, the electricity bill is also gonna get higher. Now let's talk about the 4080 16GB version. Now, as it name sound, it's gonna have 16GB of GDDR6X memory with 9728 CUDA cores, which is gonna be boost clocked at 2505 megahertz, and all thing is gonna run by AD103-300 GPU. Now, talking about this card's TGP, it's gonna draw out 340 watts and can be configurable up to 560 watts, which again, it's super high. And lastly, the 4080 12GB version, and I'm not sure about the naming. Is it gonna be 4080 or this 4070 or 4070 Ti? But what I know is it's gonna have 12GB of GDDR6X memory, AD104-400 GPU, which is gonna have 7680 CUDA cores, and all those cores would be boosted up to 2610 megahertz. And the TGP of this GPU is gonna be 285 watts, which is configurable up to 366 watts. Now let's talk about pricing. We don't know about the pricing as much as we know about all the specs, but there were some rumor or like alleged listing, rumored pricing leak. But if I have to make an educated guess, I would say the 4090 gonna get 2499. I think more than that, it's gonna be super expensive. 2499 is gonna be expensive. It's gonna be for all those people like who wants to be at the bleeding edge. Now for the 4080, I'm guessing around I don't know, $2,000, 1,999 or 1,799. I guess it's if it's 1,699 or 1,799, it's gonna be good pricing. really sounds terrible. And the 4080 12GB version, I think it's gonna go around 1299 to like 1599. I guess like my educated guess would be 1299. Although these prices are expensive, but you have to factor in the whole inflation that's happening. Then for a few years the chip shortage was there, and like everything was against us when it comes to hardware pricing. But to be honest, I want to be wrong, at least on the pricing factor when it comes to these GPUs. I really want to be wrong. I want the 4090 to be 999 at price, the 4080 16GB to be 799, and the 4080 12GB to be 699. I think that would be the greatest pricing of all time, but I'm not sure that's happening. I'm really not sure that's happening anytime soon. Not only that, we also have gotten few leaked pictures from various different AIBs. One of the first is Lenovo and their design. It looks like a AMD card. To be honest, it really resembles a AMD card, like with rounded edges and everything. But one thing, it is thick. Like it is 3.5 to 4 slot, which is really thick, and it's also long. Like as you can see in the picture, like the person that's holding the card. Now, one of the first leaked pictures were from Zotac, and the Zotac cards looked good. To be honest, we don't have the front side of these cards, but they look like skateboard. To be honest, like the shape is very skateboardy. Yes, there is a front picture, but like it's not my cup of tea. To be honest, I don't like that curves, at least not on my GPUs. Other things are, yeah, I like curves, but not on my GPUs. And then there is a Gigabyte leak. We don't have the official picture of the GPU out of the box, but we have the pictures of the box, which again, it really looks like a AMD card. I don't know what's going on with this. It looks like that they took inspiration from Apple and making everything squarish, but the edges are roundish. But on the other hand, Galax also teased some new things, and some leaked pictures came out from Galax about their upcoming GPUs, which looks fine. But one of the most interesting thing that it not only it has 3 fans on the front side, it also has another fan on the top of it, or on the back side. So that means it's really gonna eat up a lot of power, and that means more power means more heat. So yeah, you need a beefy cooling system to cool it. And all the GPUs that we have seen, all the leaked pictures we have seen, most of them are really thick with a lot of heat sink and copper piping. So yeah, these GPUs are gonna run hot, I guess that. And also I think with these 4000 series, we're gonna see the trend of AIBs equipping their GPUs with AIOs. There was a huge trend, like probably started with AMD back in the days, where AIBs tweak their power so much. Like they used to consume so much power, and to cool them you needed a water cooling solution. So the cheapest would have been like the AIOs fitted into those GPUs. And also Gigabyte was one of the famous to work with EK and making GPUs with EK, with their whole custom loop and everything. That makes it one slot, but you know, you have to do the whole custom loop with the soft tubing or hard tubing. But these 4090 series GPUs are going to be really interesting to talk about when it launch, or if it has already launched, because the pricing is going to be very interesting, the availability is going to be very interesting, and obviously the performance. It is performing upwards of 90% improvement over its predecessors, which is like amazingly amazing, to be honest. So we will all see a few hours later how these GPUs turn out to be. So that's it for this video, and to know more about the RTX 4090 series, or what the real pricings are, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, well, do it by here, whatever I put the thing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.